So there's probability for a child to end up where the parents actually ends, except by the exception of destiny discovered and pursued. What makes the difference between each and every one of us is destiny. It's not made because of culture. You must understand that 7 children trained by a particular parent, they will always have a character, either attitude, how they look, how they speak. There must be a resemblance. But what difference in that children is destiny. Because you have to contend to live your destiny life. You know why? Because we are influenced by a mixture of genetics, relationship, upbringing, environment. And oftentimes I've heard mothers say, what happened to them as parents will not happen to their children. A very good and nice prayer. But you must understand that if the same child follows the same procedure you follow that has kept you where you are now, the child will also end up in that same path. And you must also understand that words don't change things. It's authority that changes things. So if that child must not end up, you must retrace where you make the mistake and begin to work on it. That's it is. A child may unconsciously copy how the parents treat, or how the father treats the mother, or how the mother treats the father, their attitude towards work, their laxity, their spiritual habit. There are some mothers who can insult their father before their children. Now, some of the female children grow up having that mindset that men cannot talk to them. If a man oppresses you, give and bass boost. Like some people to say aura for aura. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You can't try aura for aura from me. It doesn't work. Aura for aura. Some of them pattern of anger. Check some of their anger. It is dominant in their appearance. Their anger, forgiveness, responsibility, and irresponsibility. If you carry out a research on most of all the things that is really causing divorce, you find out that it is something that can be handled. But you see, the idea of this is what I want is the reason why many lost out on potential partners. The idea of this is what I want, especially for females. Sit some females down to ask them the kind of man that they want, you be shocked. The characteristics that they will describe can only be found in inanimate object or has not been made. You see a girl who cannot even provide 1% of what he needs is looking for a man that takes care of her, takes care of the children, takes care of the home. So I asked somebody one day, I said, then what is your duty if the man is doing all of these things? She get quiet. I said, that kind of man is not even in heaven, talk more of earth. Now, the fact that you are lazy or you can't do anything is not a yardstick for you to poison other people's mind. Because some of the people they get this advice from is people who have failed like them. So a child can end up like the parents. A child can end up like the parents. There's a young man in a place in death I don't want to mention. When the young man died by gunshot, he was coming back from the market, not that he went to steal. So some kidnappers stopped them, and the moment they look at the front, they saw him sitting at the front. Probably the kidnapper identified him, they shot him. A very potential young man who was well known. And when they trace, they find out that the father was killed by gunshot. So a child can end like the father, except by exemption of destiny discovered and pursued. 2 Corinthians 5:17. If any man be in Christ, is a new creature. All things pass away. So the only exception is Christ and destiny. Find it and pursue it.